So let's begin inside the box with the YuGiOh DVDs I have. Now, first of all, inside this tin I have the complete first season. I believe this would be the edited complete first season. And assuming I can get this obvious sleeve off. There we go. Yeah. I've still not watched any YuGiOh or Digimon. There are a couple of things. Well, okay, YuGiOh I understand to be a bit different from Digimon, but even still, since we're talking about the edited version here, it's probably been dumbed down just a wee bit. There's some uncut DVDs, but not a whole lot, I think. And I'll probably make a pass to get those at some point in the future, but for now, the complete first season cut version is all I have. Well, of YuGiOh first season. I mean, I have the second season as well. This one is much more straightforward. And I believe there's a complete collection of the third season, and I'll get around to that sooner or later. But otherwise, the only remaining YuGiOh thing I have is YuGiOh the movie. I can't help but think there might have been more than one, and that this is a specific the movie. But oh well, it's there. That's what I have of YuGiOh. Next series, To Love Ru, which Sentai Filmworks. So I guess I'm a bit surprised that only this much of it has been released. It seems like a rather straightforward, pretty good harem series that should have been selling pretty well. I mean, there's stuff about it that's going to be stereotypical, as there's about every show, period, but something about it was just refreshing, right? And it is fairly perverted too, so it should catch people's attention, but I don't know why I haven't seen more of it yet. Next series is Crest of the Stars. A series I remember enjoying watching, but it's been a while since I watched it, so I only vaguely remember problems here and there. Crest of the Stars, of course, being the beginning of the series that continued on to Banner of the Stars. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything spectacular about the discs inside these. And then Banner of the Stars 2. As far as I'm aware, Banner of the Stars 3 never came out on DVD. So I ended up downloading that. But I guess it had been long enough since I watched these. I can't remember it too well. Let's see if I can very briefly mention what they're about. Now, I haven't seen YuGiOh, but I believe the idea is something about cards. It's something related to cards and Egyptian mythology coming to life, I think. I could be gravely mistaken on that, though. To Love Ru, the basic idea is our main character, who, of course, has to be somewhere around here. Well, he accidentally does a marriage proposal to an alien, and lots of alien girls and human girls and whatnot. Everything goes crazy as he becomes an important figure too. The idea of Crest of the Stars is our main character here is the son of a former mayor of a certain colony, and she's a member of, I can't remember what they called themselves, but they're kind of like space elves in that well, they look like elves and they live in space. The basic idea is they've been taking over planet after planet. His father gave it away so that the two of them would be members of the aristocrats, or the aristocracy, I guess. And the two of them just kind of, well, interact, I guess. I'm not quite sure how much more details I can give other than that. Saint Seiya, which I have in this collection format. They're stacked and a bit unstable, I guess. But yeah, there's collection 1. Collection 2 should be all of it. As for what it's about, I'll be honest, I don't actually know. I haven't watched it. It hasn't been so high on my priority list that I have a rough idea. Let's see. Next up, we're covering Bubblegum Crisis stuff. And this is the original. Now, I'm not 100% sure on what it's about, but based upon Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040, which I have watched, I believe the idea is robots going out of control and our main heroines donning suits to battle them because the local police aren't able to handle it, or something like that. That, at least, was the premise in Bubblegum Crisis Tokyo 2040. I don't know that there's much else to show. There's girls in suits on the DVDs, I guess. Huh. Sequel to Bubblegum Crisis is Bubblegum Crash. Bubblegum Crash Collection, all 3 episodes. I don't know the exact story here. I guess I usually keep that close to Bubblegum. Now, let me see. Actually, I think this 80 Police may be first. This is 80 Police Files 1 through 3, which I believe is the first OVA of 80 Police. Came out before any of the other 80 Police stuff. And the 80 Police were the police from Bubblegum Crisis, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a TV series version as well. These next 2 are actually... Okay, we got something called Parasite Dolls, which AniDB says is the same setting as Bubblegum Crisis. So I think the general idea of this one is corrupt machines running amok. It also mentioned that Maddox, or Metal Skin Panic Maddox01 or whatever, that this was also the same setting, but I'm not entirely sure about that. I'm not sure why, but it's there under same settings. I figured I might as well show it since it's just one DVD. Next up, I was asked to show Naoki Kurosawa stuff. I don't know that I pronounced that right, but it looked like there were only 3 things I had that they've released, or rather they wrote manga for and there were anime adaptations of. Now, I haven't actually seen or even read what Master Keaton is about, so I really can't comment on it. At best, I can only show these 8 DVDs, which should be all of it. Monster, on the other hand, has only seen this 1-part release, unfortunately. I wish I could see more. Monster was a bit curious. The basic idea of Monster is that our main character is a surgeon who had a choice to save 2 lives. Unfortunately, of the 2 lives he chose to save, one of them turned out to be a monster. And so he kind of has to try and hunt him down and clear his name and stuff like that. And finally, we have a YuGiOh, a fashionable judo girl, which is actually my favorite of the 3. That could be because I haven't seen all of Monster, or it also could be because I haven't seen all of YuGiOh. But the basic idea of YuGiOh is pretty simple. She's a judo girl. She's been training in judo her entire life by her grandfather, I guess, who is a super judo master. So she's ridiculously good, even though she doesn't want to be, and so she tries not to let it show, and then a cue stereotypical 80s love story, which was actually kind of neat. I liked the combination, but unfortunately this is all of YuGiOh that was released. I wonder who released this, because this is a kind of unusual box set. Go. No wonder. This is probably... I haven't, heard hide nor hair of them in a long time. Maybe this was, the last thing they were able to do before they left. That would be unfortunate. Let's finish inside the box with another really common inside the box request, another really big one. Maybe it's nice to see all of these since season set 9 is supposed to come out next week. Let's see. This is Bleach, of course. The basic story of this is YuGiOh or YuGiOh. I'm not quite sure which y'all would prefer me to pronounce, since I think one is the dub and the other maybe the appropriate pronunciation of the Japanese name. The basic idea is he becomes a Soul Reaper on accident while still human, and he has to fight Hollows, which are pretty much evil spirits. That's just a very dumbed down way of describing it, I would say. Other problems happen. There's lots of Soul Reapers, etc., etc. So it's kind of hard to explain, but as you can see, it's a long series. So the basic idea is actually, if we're going to do this, why don't we scoot this aside? Shed 16, 17. It's a really long-running shonen series. I think it may even still be airing new episodes now in Japan. But I'll be honest, I don't keep up enough to know for certain. Okay, that's annoying. I hate it when DVDs shoot out, and shooting out on the camera is even more annoying. Basically, if you're kind of curious about what makes Bleach so long running, I would have to say that some of it is stereotypical delaying of the story, unfortunately. Basically, when they'll be like, oh my god, a major battle's about to start, and then these other minor characters are doing something. Now, this is the last individual that Viz released of Bleach, and then after that, they did a season set 9. Or 8, sorry. 9 is next week. I don't know if there's anything worth seeing on the inside here. Doesn't look like it. Pretty stereotypical DVD. And then you've got, let's see, one of these is the first movie. Nice art is nice, of course. That's one thing that's nice about purchasing the DVDs is you get a ton of good-looking anime art all over everything. And then there's the second movie, which I haven't seen yet. My only complaint about the first movie would have been that, since Bleach has a bunch of characters in it, they kind of have to include too many characters doing little things here and there, so that everybody's favorite character gets some screen time in the movie. It's kind of similar to my complaint about Naruto as a series, although I'm not sure if Naruto Shippuden has actually been doing that, so that may be a partial point. Anyways, that's all Bleach that's been released thus far. Next week there's another one coming out, and that would end inside the box.